the questions to keep myself aligned. Waste away the hours doing what I should, knowing that my soul tells me it's not for my own good.
So we're going to talk about solitude and humility today. Solitude and humility. How many of you take some time for yourselves? You know, I know that in this world of we got to get a million things done. Sorry, my microphone was under my chair. So in this world of we've got to get so much stuff done, how many of you actually take some time for yourselves? Just every day in some solitude and in quiet, right? So these are really hard things to do when you live in the city. I don't live in the city, but I did. And it's very difficult to do because number one, you know, we've got smog, we've got noise, like just, especially this time of year coming out again, there's just like bulldozers and jackhammers and construction going on everywhere. And it's difficult to find the quiet. It's difficult to find that solitude, that space. So the other thing that we're filled with in this time, in this place, this time in our lives, is I guess what I'm trying to say here, is we're experiencing increasing amounts of illnesses. And a lot of these illnesses have to do with stress, right? Higher and higher levels of stress. So it's about learning how to lower your stress levels as well, because that stress can cause all kinds of illnesses in you. Good morning, Jody. So that stress can cause all kinds of illnesses in you. One of them I work with all the time, right? Which is, you know, the F word, fibromyalgia. There's so many illnesses that come from stress. So many. A lot of mood disorders, right? Stress, the interesting thing about the word stress, the interesting thing that I have found about the word stress is that English is the only language that actually has a word for stress. There's no other language that you can translate the word stress into. So this means that stress is really a westernized thing. It's become very acceptable for us in the Western world, right? Where in other places, like I've been to other places, and they don't live their lives like us. You know, they're not just humans doing, right? So they don't really live their lives like us. You need to bring elements of nature into your life. Good morning, Karen. So bringing elements of nature into your life, allowing all of your senses to just be absorbed in nature, hearing the sound of animals and birds, and breathing in unpolluted air as much as we can get unpolluted air. And allowing yourself to just be and to sit in that silence, in that solitude. And I know that we can't do silence and solitude in nature every single day, but we certainly can do silence and solitude in our own space. You know, there's a lot of ways to block out the sound from the outside. You know, they've got those sound headphones now, just bringing in some music that's nature or binaural beats or those types of things to just really give yourself some time, and it doesn't have to be a long time. You know, I even when people meditate, you know, it's like they think that they need to meditate for hours, right? Or it has to be an hour. Who said it has to be an hour? Nobody said it had to be an hour. It could be 15 minutes. It could be 10 minutes. It could be 5 minutes of quiet. It could be just 5 minutes of you sitting there and breathing and focusing on your breath and nothing else. Right? That can bring you into that solitude. That can bring you into that space of quiet. Okay? It doesn't have, we don't all meditate like the Buddhas on the Himalayas, okay? Those Buddhas have not much else to do in their day. Their day is not like ours, okay? We're running around doing a bunch of things. They're not doing that, okay? So they have a lot of time to sit there and meditate for the whole day if they want to, okay? But we don't do that because we have so many responsibilities, family responsibilities, responsibilities from work. We've got to do things with our kids, projects, volunteering, you know, helping people, getting our businesses going. There's so many things that we have to do that we forget to give ourselves some time for solitude, because we need to bring ourselves into balance, or you burn out. Okay, you burn out. Also, the other wonderful thing that awaits you in nature, even whether you're listening to it in sound or whether you are out in nature, being out in nature is better, is surrender. You're able to just, it's so easy to surrender in nature. It's so easy to just be like, oh yeah, that feels good, right? It's so easy to do that. You can't do that when you're sitting, it's hard to do that when you're sitting in the midst of pollution and construction noises and sirens running by, and then it's difficult to do that, right? It's difficult to find that moment of surrender, right? So we need to do that in a place of solitude and in silence, and we can create that space. So it doesn't matter how loud where you are is, you can always find a way to create quiet. Like I said, they even have those amazing headphones now that just block out all the sound from outside, okay? You need to enjoy sound sleep and mixing your good times with the innocence of being a child. You know, allow your good times to be like, be childlike. You know, be childlike. It's okay. We don't always have to be so reserved and like, you know, in control of everything. Just be a kid and be innocent and enjoy that time, right? Because it's so much more time and you are in the moment, because kids always live in the now, right? They're in this moment. Most of the time they're like right there in the moment. Unless they're looking forward to going to Disneyland next week, they are sitting in the moment all the time, right? They don't even understand next week. That just seems like a world away because they are right now. Okay, they are right now. So being a little bit more childlike also will bring you some solitude, believe it or not. Okay? The measure of greatness and happiness is the ability to be rid of ego to the point of needing no credit for your accomplishments. And now we're moving a little bit into humility, right? So the measure of greatness is not where you don't need to be praised. You don't need people to stand up and give you a standing ovation every time you do something. You don't need to have a parade and be recognized every single time you do something. There are people out there, I know many, and it's more common than not, so I'm not being judgmental. It's actually more common than not that when people do something, they expect to be appreciated and recognized and validated and all of those things by people outside of them, outside of themselves. Just appreciate and validate yourself. You don't need a parade. You did that thing. You need to do what you do because it's your purpose to do it, because it feels good to do it, because it's part of your path to do it. And if someone says, wow, great job, or not, it doesn't really matter. It's great to hear it. I'm not going to lie. Like, it's wonderful to hear it, but you shouldn't need it. It shouldn't be a need. You know, when I work with my clients, sometimes we're finished our sessions, we're done, and they're feeling better, and some of them are so grateful, and they're just jumping up and down, and they're like, Aisha, thank you, thank you, thank you, and they're very happy. And others, they finish their session, they leave here like I never see them again or hear from them. But I know that they're better. They said that they're better. They feel great. I'm okay. You know, it's not like, you know, why didn't they just like do all this stuff for me, right? Because I did this for them. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right? This goes back to the laundry list. When we do things for people, we create this laundry list of, I did this for you, and I did this for you, and I did this for you, and this for you. I need you to do this for me because I did this, 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 and this, and this. You need to throw out the list, okay? There should be no list. You did it because you wanted to do it. End of story. Not with expectation, right? Not with expectation for something in return. Hi, Angela. Hi, Jane. So not for expectation for something in return. So when you do something for people, it has to be beyond needing applause. It has to be beyond needing gratitude. You do it because you want to do it. You do it because it's part of your purpose. You do it because it felt good to do it. You know, whether you get praise and recognition for that, that's not why you did it. if it's why you did it, then you are lacking in humility. Okay? So you do it because it feels good to do it. And whether you get appreciation, validation, the parade, or anything for that, it doesn't matter. Yes, shouldn't be a need or expectation, but it's something that I was taught, right? So you need to do things because you want to do things, because you have the ability to help somebody with something. And that's it. And know that, and just know, so in the background, it's kind of like this. So when I help people, I help them because I can, right? And I do that. I don't do that with the expectation that they're going to drag every single one of their friends here. Okay? I help them. They are my focus. And the other stuff happens. It just happens. You know, it happens. And that's it. Right? I decided to do something really great for Triggers and Blocks for the Hempworks group. And now, in one day, 200 people signed up. Right? Over 200 people signed up. That's amazing, right? That's great. I would have done the same thing if 5 people showed up. I'm going to be doing the same thing if it's 1,000 people in that group or if there's 2 people. Because it's part of what I do. It's my purpose. It's my meaning in this life. It's my path. Okay? So that's how things grow. People like Gandhi, Jesus, Lao Tzu, people like, Mother Teresa, Wayne Dyer, even some of our more modern transcendental souls is what I call them, didn't need a parade, okay? Didn't need people to be praising them. Buddha doesn't need, they don't need that, right? Exactly, we need to honor our purpose, right? So resisting the temptation to be praised, that's humility. So doing things, just do what you do because it is your purpose to do so. Do what you do because it is your purpose to do so. And resist that temptation to be praised. Trust me, it's going to happen anyway. And then it just means more when it does come, right? Hi, Haley. When you do get praised, if someone does validate what you've done, if someone does appreciate what you're doing, then it just means more because you weren't expecting it anyways. You just do what you do, right? You do what you do because you can. You do what you do because that's your purpose. That's humility. You don't do what you do so you get a parade, okay? That is not humility, all right? Notice how the helping... just think about those of you who believe in energy and soul and spirit and all of that. Is Archangel Michael expecting us to do what for him? Throw on an Archangel Michael parade every time he does something? No. They are quiet. You don't even see them with your human eyes, right? We don't even see them with our human eyes. So they're helping us in the background. The fact that we have gratitude for anything that any of our helping spirits or angels or guides or teachers do for us. They do it in the background. They do it to help us. They don't expect a parade. If we show them gratitude, that's wonderful because we should. But it's not an expectation. Okay? It's not an expectation. I don't have, I have a power animal, Ava. I'm not throwing her a parade every day. She helps me so much in my work, right? But she knows, and she's there, and she showed up because she wanted to, and she's, we have this energy around us that helps us, right? But it's unseen. It doesn't need to be recognized. It's helping us all the time, right? Humility, okay? Do what you do because you are guided. And then retreat in peace and dignity. That is a quote from Wayne Dyer. Do what you do because you are guided, and then retreat in peace and in dignity. Actually, I think that was Carlos Castaneda. So do what you do because you are guided, and then just retreat in peace and in dignity. Then any praise that you get, Anything that anyone says to you or validates you is a beautiful bonus. It's a wonderful and beautiful bonus. Hi, Fran. So the other one that another quote that I really like from Lao Tzu is, all streams flow to the ocean because it is lower than they are. Humility gives the ocean its power. Okay, all streams flow to the ocean because it is lower than they are. Humility gives the ocean power. The ocean is powerful. And all those little streams flow to it. Right? But it doesn't walk around saying, hi, I'm an ocean. Right? It's not like that. Right? So the powers are powerful because they're powerful. And it's just they're doing what they do. They just do what they do. So be like the ocean. Do what you do. But people appreciate the ocean all the time. They appreciate the beauty. They give the ocean, they have gratitude for the ocean. They look at it in awe and bewilderment and wonder, but the ocean's not asking for that. Okay, the ocean is not asking for that. So it's this, try and live your life like the ocean. Do what you do. The rest of it will come. But you just do what you do. All right? So my challenges to you today are, 1, take the time throughout the day to find solitude and do nothing more than just be silent. Find a few moments throughout the day to do nothing more than just be silent. And if you have to dull the noise from the outside world, perhaps you put on some headphones, put on some classical music, put on some binaural beats, and just lose yourself in that for a few moments every day. It doesn't have to be 2 hours of your day, okay? 2, spend time in nature, listening to the birds and the animals and just breathing in that less polluted air, okay? That less polluted air, the air that's coming from, the oxygen that's coming from all of those plants, right? Just breathe that in. And if you can't find time to escape to nature every day, again, just listening to the sounds of nature and allowing yourself to surrender to that, giving yourself that time to just open up and surrender to it. And you will find that your life is just going to flow a lot more easier. 3, do some yoga classes. You don't have to be in classes. You can do some on video. They have short yoga. They got 10-minute yoga. They got 1.5-hour yoga. There are a lot of yoga classes on YouTube and stuff. Just take some time to be one with your body, right? Just to move your body and think of it not to do the poses perfectly. It's not about that. It's about moving your body and being one with your body. Just do what you can do. It doesn't matter if you're the most flexible person and a little Gumby and can turn yourself into a pretzel. That's great. And some of us are not quite like that and a little more stiff, okay? So just doing a little bit of yoga every day, not for the sake of health, I mean, that's good too, but more just for the sake of just being in harmony with your body, okay? Getting your body moving. Use it like a moving meditation, right? Just like a moving meditation. 4, practice giving anonymously to those who in need and not asking for praise. So sometimes just helping for people and not even saying who you are. You're not asking for anything, right? You're just, here you go, right? So these are some of the challenges that I'm putting out to you for solitude and humility. And hopefully that makes some of us think about what we're doing and what we're looking for. Okay, what we're doing and what we're looking for. And when we're doing things for people, especially when we're starting our own business or we're a solopreneur or, we're in a job where we're trying to get people to notice us, maybe you're doing it wrong. Good morning, Leah. Leah, I'm sorry. I'm choking. Leah, good morning. Maybe we're doing it wrong, right? Don't do it to impress anybody. Do it because you know how to do it. Right? Do it because it's what you do. Do it because it's your purpose. Be like the ocean. Don't wait for praise. It will come. It will come. All right? Just do it because you can. Do it because it's your purpose. All right? Do it because it's your path and it's something that you enjoy and that you love. All right? And if you can't do that, and if you're not doing something that you love, if you're not doing something that makes you happy every day and look forward to doing it, then you need to rethink your things and decide, like, why am I doing something I hate doing? Okay, you need to rethink the decisions and the choices that you've made. All right, maybe it's time to make a change. And I want to tell people it's never too late to change. I changed my life 180 at the age of 50. Okay, I changed from a life of corporate and finance and into what I do now, right? I walked right out of one life into another. So it's never too late to do what you're supposed to be doing. Never too late. Just take a leap of faith. Okay? So have a great day. I will talk to you guys again tomorrow. And yeah, see you soon. Bye.
Look at my reflection in the mirror. I see that it's not the person who lives inside of me. Done with all the fear and doubts, the negativity. I'm shedding all the crap right now. I'm stepping into me.